So do you think like intelligence played a major role in your success? What is up, my sniper gang? This is KOJOFOREX aka GBP Legend. Today I have a very interesting video for you guys. I literally interviewed my millionaire mentor. Now I know that I've been a mentor to so many of you looking up to me. You want to be a millionaire, you want to literally follow through my path and also become successful. But I've also really worked under certain multi-millionaires that have picked up values, core values about success, hard work, working ethics and everything from. And today I'm literally interviewing one of them, one of the very most influential person who had much impact on me in my early years of growing up. And yeah guys, due to some technical hitches, we actually lost some part of the footage, right, the beginning part of it. Nonetheless, most of the nuggets really was filled with the path that we're able to really keep, right? Nonetheless, most of the very valuable part was still in the path that we didn't actually lose. That's why I didn't care to share it with you guys. So without wasting my time, let's go right into the video and hear from the man himself, Mr. Kenny Andam.
I would say intelligence plays a great role in success, but the most important aspect of success is driven by the team that you surround yourself with. At the end of the day, you could be the most intelligent person in the world, but if you don't have all the aspects of what builds a creative, integrated, and dedicated team that will be loyal to your vision, your goal, your ambition, and your mission, success will be a little far from you and you cannot reach it easily. I always advise people that always get people who are more intelligent than you, because no matter how intelligent you are, there are aspects of every industry, every business that you wouldn't be familiar with, that other people have different perspectives than yours. So perspective is very important when you're trying to build successes. And so I tell people that intelligence plays a role because it gives you the foundational structure for you to be able to understand where you're going, what you're trying to achieve, and what your vision and your ambition and your dreams are. But the moment that you realize that you have yourself, the core of you, structured in a way that you can get a step above where you are on your foundation, then you need to find the right type of people, a team, because there's no individualism in success. It's always about the team that you surround yourself with.
Did you doubt yourself in any way along the journey in terms of failures, thinking that you might not be where you want to be?
You know, every entrepreneur that tells you that they never have had doubts in their head, from my perspective, is a lie. We all do, because we're human. To err is human. You wake up some days and you wonder, is this going to work out? But one thing that I tell people is that perseverance is key to success. And patience, the two P's of success, perseverance and patience. Most people will give up when they can put in a little bit more effort, or maybe find the right type of team member that will fit with their puzzle and their dream. Sometimes you sit back and you ask yourself, am I going to be able to make this happen? Or maybe it's not your job to make it happen. You just need to identify the person who can help you make it happen. So you aspire to find the right type of people to put together. Look at an example of a vehicle engine. You have the carburetor, you have the head gasket. If the head gasket doesn't work, the engine stops working. You have the radiator that basically pumps the type of coolant that makes sure the engine is sustained. So all the components play a major role in making the car a viable car to drive. Without one component, the car does what? Ceases to function the way that you need it to function. It's the same with entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs wake up every day dreaming of the ambitious dreams and visions, and they want to achieve it. They drive themselves towards that. And most of them sit back and go, I don't have the financial capacity. Well, the financial capacity is not the most important key. The most important key is the type of team you build around yourself.
So would you rather choose a well-paying, satisfactory job, right, than struggling totally as an entrepreneur with nothing?
I would advise that not everybody is born an entrepreneur. If we did that, the anthill wouldn't have the worker ant, the queen, you know, and the soldiers. Everybody has a role to play in society.
True.
And so a well-paying job is something that gives security.
Right.
But an entrepreneur's ambition and dreams, when followed the right way and driven by the belief that they have the potential to succeed, and the moment they combine that with patience and perseverance, the successes that come with it is far more, you know, exciting and exhilarating than sitting at a desk and working for somebody, at least from my perspective.
Right. So can you just give us a brief overview of some of the companies you've created in the past?
Well, in the past, Squanet International, Celluvision, SkyTel, which basically ended up morphing into a company that was bought by Research in Motion. I worked on X.com, which grew, combined with Confinity to become PayPal. I've worked on WorldViewer Inc., which is one of the tech companies that innovated the first five-way video conferencing platform in 2006. It wasn't even out. What they're doing today, we did it back then, and it's still growing with a bunch of phones and technologies that are being implemented today on a global level. Our touch media player right now is one of the best media players in the world, and we are very competitive in the field of representation when it comes to accessing content in the new media environment. I started, working with a team to build OS Petrol, and now, as exciting as all of these companies are, I always felt like Slick Media. You are with Slick Media. Right now, Slick Media owns its bun. We have a Freeva.com, which basically is a portal that is competitive with the, eBays and Amazons of the world, but purely focused on providing the foundation that African buyers need in reaching out for global commodities and being able to gain access to quality products at the best price that they can, buy it at. So that is exciting for me. But all in all, and also I built the real estate company, Beverly Air, which basically has properties all over the world, and we're still growing it. The exciting thing about my journey is that every step that I've taken, I've targeted an industry that I've never, built experience or successes in, and try to achieve success within that industry. I started with technology, migrated into oil and gas, and gradually built a real estate out of it, and then migrated into the food and beverage and the farming and industrial factory development. So I wanted to prove to myself that everything is possible. The foundation is massive. All you need to do is just build the blocks on top of it and provide people the ambition, the vision, and the dream and the mission that you're on, so they can also believe in it, support you, and help you build it into a business that will provide jobs for people. Because not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. So my job is to make sure I create the opportunity for them to also have a job so they can feed their families.
What will you tell a young Ghanaian guy who has just probably completed university, like your few guidelines for success?
Very simple. Believe in whatever you're trying to accomplish, number one, because belief is the keynote to every successful person's story. If you start believing that what you envision yourself becoming is great, that means that if you decide you want to go and get a job, believe that you're going to be the greatest employee that the company that's hiring you will gain from you. If you want to join the entrepreneurial bandwagon and join on my train, believe that whatever visions, dreams, and aspirations you have, you can achieve them if you dedicate yourself and you're patient and you basically build the right type of teams around you. Number two, I always tell people this. Building a company is not about how much money you receive in investment capital. It's about how committed you are in representing your visions and your aspirations to somebody who has money, so they will believe in you enough to basically invest in you. Because if you don't have that capacity and you don't give them the right type of business plan or executive summary, they're not going to have confidence to give you their money. So people say, I need money. I tell them, you don't need money. You need a structured plan that tells me that you can make money if I decide to give you money. So when you get out of college or the university and you have an ambition to go out in the world, know that whatever you dream of doing, whether it's getting a job or starting your own business, you need to believe in yourself. And you need to believe that what you're going to go after is something that you're going to dedicate time, energy, commitment, and focus on becoming successful at it. In Africa, starting with Ghana, the massive opportunities all over. People say, oh, I don't have a job. I always ask them, have you ever looked around your community? If you tell somebody to clean the gutters, they'll tell you, that's not a job that I want to do. But the people who have actually cleaned gutters to become multimillionaires. If you tell somebody, oh, you know what? You can go into households and request that you come and clean somebody's house. Do it for a month for free, and believe me, they will hire you to come back and clean every month, because human beings in our innate nature are born lazy. We always envision some other people doing our work for us. And so if you give somebody the opportunity to basically come to your house, come and clean at a very minimal cost, everybody will jump on the bandwagon. That person, when they take 30 homes within every community, multiply that by 16 communities, now they get into the million Ghana city model. And they can hire people to do the job while they benefit from the work that other people are doing. So there's so many things that are out here in Ghana. I see people throwing rubber, plastic bags all over the place. You go to Rwanda, they don't allow you to do that now because the city has to be clean. So if we have the opportunity, the young people getting out of college to stop sitting down and waiting for government to provide civil service work for them, and look at entrepreneurial opportunities around, jump on them, and look for people who are interested in financing these opportunities with them so that they can both build great businesses that will create sustainability for the Ghanaian populace. And so I always advise, we are too dependent on always hoping the government provides us a job. When we have 2 legs, 2 arms, and we're living, and we have life, to be able to go out there and find opportunities to turn them into money so we can also provide jobs for people who are getting out of college. So young men, step out there. Young women, step out there. Be you. Take the knowledge base that you acquired in school and apply it into solving problems in our society, because we have a lot of problems. And I also say that, you see, a lot of people sit in Ghana and they say, oh, but the government is not doing enough, or the country is not doing enough for all of us. Go back in America's history. The first 100 years of America being a country, they were riding on doom buggies and driving on dirt roads and riding horses. We are 64 years old as a country. Young men and women are getting out of college. If you look around, you have tarred asphalt roads in Ghana today. We have industrialization going on and the country is developing. So within 64 years, we've been able to get out of a place where we're not independent to become a country that is self-governed and a republic. And we have an opportunity and life and a very young populace that have the energy to build the country. So we shouldn't wait for government to solve our problems in Ghana. We need to work every day to solve our problems ourselves. The younger generation need to take on the mantle of leadership and build the communities. You start within the community, you affect the society. You start within the society, you affect the region. You start within the region, you affect the whole country. And you replicate across all regions, and 16 regions now become stronger regions with populace that are self-sustained. Internally generated funds is what built America. Entrepreneurship built American society. Media and content showcased American society. And that is what we need to do as a people in Ghana.
Wow, that's really sums it all up, and that's really impressive. I mean, we've really been able to absorb a lot of advice nuggets that I know that will carry us a long way to the success we're all looking for. Your house is, in fact, it's not even a house. Your mansion is one of the biggest I have probably entered. And I always tell you that one day I'm going to build a big house like this. At what age did you get this edifice?
Well, I built this place in 2004.
Wow.
It's been here for a long time. I believe I was 26 years old. Yes.
Wow.
I was 26 years old when I built this place. But this is not the only place I have. I built several bigger, better looking mansions all over the world. And I still own them because the real estate property is an asset. Yeah. One thing that young people need to understand is that you actually have assets and liabilities in life. Most people get a little bit of money. Instead of saving the money, they go and party with the money, and then they sit back a week later and they say, I'm starving. Or you threw away your asset, which is the physical money, and turned it into a liability, which is the partying that you went to party. And now you're hungry because the liability causes hunger. Assets causes a filled stomach. So you get money, you invest in one block, one cement bag, you build something. That is a lesson that I learned when I became, I would say, a successful entrepreneur. I realized that a roof over your head is better than staying out in somebody else's apartment and paying rent. Yeah. And so I moved out and built and bought and acquired property. I acquired lands, I acquired buildings, I acquired apartments, and I grew the net worth from there. It all takes steps. Somebody will say, oh, I see you driving a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, a Rolls Royce, a Mercedes, a Range Rover, a BMW. All those things are liabilities. We can afford them because it helps us with the way we structure our asset base as a family. It allows us to move around. But before all of those things came, we bought properties because the property appreciates in value. They don't depreciate. A vehicle will depreciate in value, so it becomes a liability that ends up costing you more money than it's worth when you bought it from the showroom floor, or when you acquired it. So acquire assets, ignore liabilities, build your life based on things that will bring progress to you and your family, so that by the time that you're done with your existence on this planet, you would have contributed your little piece to the human puzzle of dreams. And all that humanity wants is progress. And become part of that progress. Don't become a liability to society.
Mr. Kenny Andam, we really appreciate your time, educating us, inspiring us, giving us all the nugget that we need. Hopefully, in the near future, we'll come back again for even more knowledge. Thank you so much.
Oh, well, you're welcome. And the last thing I want to leave your viewers with is this. Don't ever think the journey is easy. Any entrepreneur that tells you, oh, it was very easy to do, is not telling you the truth. There are going to be road bumps. It's just like a train going to the station. People will jump on your train, others will get off. You'll get to a point where the train will stop and the conductor will tell you that everybody has to get off because there's grease problem, the engine is not firing, the coal is finished. But in your train, you are the commander-in-chief of that train. The life that you have is yours. Nobody can change that for you. So when you wake up and you take your breath, that's the best guarantee that you need for contributing back to society. So know that, push, work hard, be patient, and be committed, and you'll succeed. That's all that there is. But the patience is the biggest key. And another thing that I learned throughout my career is gratitude. Always be grateful for what you have. No matter how wealthy, how rich, how poor you are in society, there's something called grace. Always have gratitude. And the moment you have gratitude, things will work out in your life for you. God bless you all, and thank you very much, my son. I'm proud of you. All right? All right.